Hey, welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate if you purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be going over quite an interesting watch, the Rolex Wimbledon, a 41mm Datejust 41 rather, with the Wimbledon style dial, the domed, smooth steel bezel, all in steel with an oyster style bracelet. Reference number 126300. We'll be going over the case, the bezel, the dial, crown movements, as well as the movement itself, as well as the bracelet, and I'll be giving you my thoughts on all of those as we go through the video. Now, starting off with the case here, 41mm in diameter, as indicated in the name, Datejust 41, from finger to thumb. It has the monoblock middle case, just under 13mm in thickness, with the screw down case back and the Rolex winding crown for water resistance down to 100 meters or 330 feet. The sapphire crystal on the very front also has the Cyclops window directly over the 3 o'clock at the date aperture, so you can read the date very easily at a glance. Now, this bezel is the smooth domed bezel, entirely in stainless steel or oyster steel, which is Rolex's own proprietary blend of steel with other elements to effectively make this super strong steel while also maintaining a very high polish. Right? It actually radiates much better than you'd think when compared to, say, a fluted style or even a diamond style bezel. Now, on here is known as the Wimbledon style dial, which is to say that there are Roman numerals in green outlines with a very, very dark shade of green applied directly onto that dial in Roman numerals, with the date aperture being weighed very symmetrically with the 9 o'clock index hour marker. Now, what's interesting about this is that, well, there's no explanation as to why Rolex decided to make this sort of dial layout, but knowing that it is fully balanced in this way with the index style marker against the date aperture at the 3 o'clock makes it for a very interesting experience and a very interesting conversation piece, definitely. All right, now also it's a slate colored dial with that sun ray patterning, gives it kind of like a dimensional look to it with a very nice, interesting pattern depending on your angle of view. All right. Also note that the way that the function works, or the way that the crown works, is exactly as you would expect. Simply unwind the crown to the first position, and this will allow you to wind the watch. If you're at a dead stop, just about 20 to 30 full winds is all you really need to get it working again. Once you feel that damping starting to ramp up on the winding crown, you've reached the full power capacity. Pull it out to the next position, and note that you can actually very quickly advance the date forward just by rotating it about a quarter turn in the clockwise direction. So if you find yourself, say, at the 30th or the 30th of a month, and tomorrow will be the 1st of the next month, just a half turn is all you need to get to the 1st of the next month. Very easy, no additional faff needed. All right, now pull the crown out to the final position. Note that the seconds hand has actually stopped, so this allows the hacking function so you can actually set the time precisely as you would like with the minute hand. Press the crown back in and screw it tightly back against the case to ensure that superior water resistance. Also, I forgot to note, the dial here actually has a little bit of luminescence. Not as much as you'd think, although this is a Roman numeral style dial, so you can't really expect much luminescence there, but the 9 o'clock index marker is indeed a very nice thick blue, and also has the same chroma-light feature on the 18 karat gold, white gold hands as well, as you can see on the minute and the hour hands. So is it really practical? Hard to say, but it has a very distinctive look and certainly interesting when it comes to the Wimbledon style dial. Now, people actually do talk about this Wimbledon style dial as if it were intentionally made for Wimbledon, and you know, you wouldn't necessarily be wrong, but Rolex has certainly marketed this specific dial with their connection with the Wimbledon tournament that they've been sponsoring since I believe 1978. So quite a long time, quite a long history with the Wimbledon tournament. And also having this in connection with that really strengthens that bond with them. All right, anyway, what allows all of that functioning to work is the movement on the inside. You can't see it through the case back. It's a solid case back, but it is the Rolex in-house made 3235 caliber. It has a plus or minus 2 second per day time differential after casing exceeding Swiss standards of timekeeping. So you have the standard of +5 or +7 minus 5 second per day time differential. For the COSC certification, they have the superlative certification to say that it exceeds that and is only within plus or minus 2 seconds per day. Very, very precise. It has the center hour, minute, and seconds hands with the instantaneous date with rapid setting and the stop seconds for precise time setting, all that I have just demonstrated. The oscillator on the inside is a paramagnetic blue parachrome hairspring with high performance Paraflex shock absorbers, which allows you to effectively, get relatively close to magnets. You can take a few bumps and it'll be keeping track of time just fine. No issue there. All of this working together gives you approximately 70 hours of power reserve, which is actually quite interesting and very, very good for this style watch, a 41mm diameter watch. Now, let me zoom out here. We can take a look at the bracelet now. It's the Oyster style 3-piece link bracelet, smooth polish, a high polish down the center link with the satin brush finishing along the outer links, all right? Plenty of spacing among all of these links to go, and a nice taper down to the Oyster folding clasp, which opens up very easily. Simply lift the top and there you go, pops open very easily. There's a Rolex stamp on the inside and you know that we were working with a steel bracelet. And taking a look at the underneath of this clasp here, the Oyster folding clasp has this extra good little feature here, which is the Easy Link 5mm extension. Why would you need it? Well, if your wrist happens to swell throughout the day, depending on your hydration levels or even just the environmental heat, the climate, all you need to do is just simply open up the bracelet to this point, just pull it outward, and you get an extra 5mm of extension. That's about a half link's worth in terms of this Oyster style bracelet. All right, directly outward to give you, that extra comfort that you may need if your watch is sized to be snug on your wrist. Now, while we're here, I can actually try it on my wrist and I'll give you some of my thoughts as to how it feels and the overall wearing experience. Now, this is a 41mm diameter case. I measured about like 47.5 millimeters in height, so it's not exactly the smallest watch, and having not a whole lot of bracelet on top, not a whole lot on the bottom either, gives it kind of that a very big wrist presence. And while this dial is only available on the Datejust 41, I can't really say that I'm against it, because it is quite a distinct dial, very useful in terms of its function, and certainly very distinctive. Nothing wrong with that. And with that wrist presence, you can't go wrong with that either. And when it comes to the overall wearing experience, I do feel more case than bracelet, because the case is a bit thicker. The bracelet doesn't give quite as much counterweight to that balance between case and bracelet, so pretty close to the case when it comes to the weight distribution. You're not swinging a ball and chain around, so it's not incredibly heavy. All right, and also keep note that my wrist is about 7 inches in circumference, so I'm getting quite a bit of space underneath these lugs, which sort of taper outward, not so much downward, but that's okay. Extra breathing room is always good, especially on a watch, especially like this. If I want to keep active, this would be just fine for me. All right, so enough of my thoughts, enough of what I think. What do you think about this watch? Let us know down in the comments below, and be sure to hit that like button, as it really helps us out. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch or any other watch like it, visit our website, jazztime.com. Links in the description below, and we'll see you in the next one.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.